We are live. Peace of Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Do Knowledge Radio. Place where knowledge is born. This is your host, Knowledge Born Alive. Let me do this with the camera right quick because I need y'all to see what had descended from the sky. You see, she's still on her throne slash UFO. I just need y'all to take that in, okay? This is
Hi.
not catfish.
No,
This is
actually,
not clickbait. We are here with the magnificent, multi-talented, multifaceted, lingual
you are so
artist up in here. Okay.
hey.
So we do get the honor and privilege at this time to introduce some, present the others. One of the hardest working, but make it look real easy. True to her name, artist, actress, entrepreneur, boss, lifesaver, life giving advocate, Ayona, the artist, is in the building today. Okay.
I gotta have you introduce me everywhere I
How
go.
you feeling?
That was amazing.
I'm with it. Let's go. I am with it. Okay.
How was your week? I'm so excited to be a part of this show. This is amazing. Thank you for inviting me.
This is twofold. This is my birthday present since we both Geminis. Okay. This is the birthday present I did not get to receive. So I
Okay.
got it now. And on the precipice of this celebration, 5 years of Do Knowledge Radio, 1,800 episodes, I get two gifts from the same person. Okay. And the gift is her. Okay. So the gift is you. All right. Okay. So I'm going to clap that up real quick and get crazy. Okay.
That's awesome.
Word. So today is 57 years since the March on Washington and over 60 years since the transition of Emmett Till. So the Chi-Town lady, how did the Chi-Town lady end up in, you know, heaven on earth, aka LA? Kind of take us through the journey right quick.
I actually I'm born and raised in Chicago. If
Mm-hmm.
no one knows, I have actually been a huge fan of Los Angeles and just the culture and everything here. Before I moved, I wanted to study at UCLA and USC. So those are my dream colleges. I actually stayed back home and I went to DePaul University instead, and I studied psychology and with a full ride scholarship. So I felt like that was a better choice versus going out of state and being in debt. And it was actually really great experience. Once I was done with that, I decided to move out here and full time pursue my music. And all the producers are here, all the live shows and everything, the great stages and venues are all here. So I just packed up in 2 months of savings. I came out here and it worked out. I didn't stay only focused on music. However, I did pick up acting, and I fell in love with it so much that I started to eventually put it out on social media instead of just auditioning for film and TV. And now I have social media platforms where I can put both my music and my acting abilities out there. So that's how we ended up here.
And y'all, I just want y'all to know, like, she left out a whole bunch in that story. Okay, so she just gave us like a brief overview. She didn't tell us that she was like the Jackson 6 and the Jackson 5. Okay, so she was out there getting it, but she was like a Jackson 1 on her
Oh,
own. Like she was like Ayana Jackson doing it. She came out the womb tap dancing and singing and everything. This is a very talented woman, um, but she humble with it. I don't want her to be humble today. I want her to dust it off. You got to let them know the resume. You understand? They might see you in one facet, and this is why I love this because people might see you in one facet, and we're gonna talk about that in a second, but they don't know all of the avenues of approach, all of the dimensions to you. So this is an opportunity, like a rare one, because it's hard because y'all be running around with y'all dream teams, making everybody work and boom, 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 whoever y'all need anybody to be for anybody with anything that is hard to get a hold. So it's always good to take a little moment and be like, yo, you the bomb for real. Like you really got supporters, you really got fans out here. You got people that's gonna ride with you, that respect you. But there's also people that's like me that's just interested in your story, because everybody has a story, you know, like they translate, loosely in uh, the acting, but you have a life. You understand? Like you got goals, you got aspirations, you have dreams, and if people only see you one dimensionally, they don't even know how to perceive that. You know what I'm saying? So, um, what was the transition in between performing as a singer to performing as an actress for you?
It was very difficult because when you are a singer or artist, you always want to look good. You're on stage, you want to look good. The music that you're putting out, you want it to emulate the energy that your artist persona is. It's just about the appeal of that artist and selling that brand. When it comes to being an actress, that's a totally different vibe. Now you're digging deep into a vulnerable space and you're tapping into these layers of yourself that may be peeled back from trauma. It may be peeled back from the best moments in your life. And whatever that is, it's not always glorious and it's not always beautiful. And so the perfect Patty can't be that when she's acting. She has to be okay making these uncomfortable faces and giving this very uncomfortable energy and tapping into those past experiences to get that character and really convey what it needs to be to make the art something worth watching. So it's just a totally different, and I think the vulnerability in music, it does exist, but most of the time that exists in the lyrics. You don't really see the artist, looking crazy and just messy and everything like that. Most of the time you'll see them looking glamorous and living the high life and those kinds of things, unless it's a painful song. So I enjoy both worlds because I get to be myself in different facets. And I feel like you touched on us being a Gemini, so you know how it is to pour out those multiple personalities in different outlets. It feels really good.
I love it. I love it. So, do you remember kind of like how you got your start in this arena, as far as we may know, as your acting career, as far as YouTube sketches go? That kind of comedy, that kind of acting. And did it differ from actually being on screen, as an actress in the film?
It's really not extremely different worlds, but I will say the perfection required on set as far as what they expect from the actor and the delivery of the lines and the structure of being on set doesn't really exist in the sketch world. So with acting, I started off doing background. I think I kind of lost you a little bit there, but you're back now. So, with acting, I started off doing a little bit of background. I was a
Yes, I can.
hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. It kind of broke up a little bit, though.
Okay.
I didn't know if it was on my end or not.
Okay. You can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, I started off doing background acting. That was more so I can understand the different departments on set, what a production assistant is, what a DP is, what is the necessity in first AD, second AD, just all of those different components from behind the scenes, and then on camera, how they call you from the dressing room once they're set up with lights and everything. I learned top to bottom just from doing background work what is required on set. Then I decided to take it from that to doing commercial acting. Commercial acting doesn't really require the depths and the layers that theater or film and TV, like that kind of drama acting requires. So with commercial acting, it's very smiley, it's very happy, maybe one or two lines, and it's very difficult to book. It's not that easy to book, but it is a lot easier to convey what's necessary without acting background. So started off with commercial print. That was fun. And then I wanted to dive deeper. So I studied with Tasha Smith. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she's a huge actress on Why Did I Get Married? She's also in Couples Retreat. She is an amazing, talented actress and director. She directs as well. And so I took a class with her for about 3 to 4 months, and I studied the Ivana Chubbuck technique. From there, I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to start auditioning for theater and drama. And that was its own journey as well. I had to find myself through that path. Once I finished that, I went over to the sketch world, and it's more improv based. It's more free. It's not so confined and restricted. It's definitely a more light and more fun than the theater or drama world. So it was really fun. It was really exciting, really different transition. But I think with the improv, you are definitely testing your skills up against some of the most advanced comedians. Like these comedians are next level. You just said you've interviewed with G Wayne, and their chops are just they're super spot on. So
Yeah.
if
Yes.
you do your comedy, it has to be like bang bang bang. One liner when you on set with them. So it's completely different from acting on set, but it's way more fun creating sketches and creating your own ideas.
So you remember back um, around your first couple sketches? How did you feel? Kind of like um, just putting
I get
yourself
it
out
because
there.
I was so bad then. I feel like I was like really, because sometimes you go back and you cringe at the stuff that you were doing at first. You were like, oh God, like I can't believe I was that horrible. But then now I see the growth, and I think that journey is just so beautiful because whereas those things that were important to me then, my art development and the things that I'm valuing now, the stories I want to tell, the narrative I want to tell, it's just completely different. So I think life experience has a lot to do with it. I think your growth in acting, your growth in experience with that type of thing, doing social media comedy, it's just like so many different layers to that. But I think with YouTube now having longer form uh, content, I can just put so much more out without that 1 minute restriction that we used to have. You had to bang the funny out in 1 minute. Now you get to tell a story over a bunch of minutes. So it's better, I think.
I think that shows that versatility right there. That's not really taken into account. So if
Mm-hmm.
you start it that way, and then you think about, okay, boom, 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 I have this. This is it. This is my parameters to work in. I mean, we're gonna get everything, and now it's like, okay, we can stretch that same thing out in this kind of way. It's like an unveiling, and y'all are so talented. That versatility, again, it shows through in the kind of range that you have from one character to the next. They'd be like, "Oh, she was the bomb." Like, "Oh, I can't stand her." Like, people get lost in the characters just like they would if this was like a movie or a TV series or whatever. They'd be like, "Oh man, baby mama," like, "Oh,
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?" Like you literally make them hate them. You understand what I'm saying? And then like so, it's so relatable that it's you caught up in the little mix of each character. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like so, you know, uh, how much of that do y'all kind of like? Do y'all discuss it? Is it some kind of thing that y'all put together? Like, how do y'all come up
Oh,
with some of the
I
stuff that y'all
mean,
come up with, and how do y'all make it like so close to real life experience?
do you remember? You remember the show Power? I don't know if you know the son
Yeah,
on Power. Like everyone was so mad at him for that character, and I feel like in real life he was getting shade too because he did such a great
yeah,
job in that
yeah.
role. And
Michael
it's
Rainey. Yeah,
yeah,
he's
everyone was so
yes,
mad at him. It was like this poor kid, like he can't even walk down the street without being like, like bullied or something. Because these people are really
right.
buying what he sold. Like he sold that character. He did such a great job, and we do talk about that. So I feel like the kinds of narratives that we put out as artists is very important. You know what I mean? Like is it related to the social climate? Like, is it telling a story that you're proud to tell as me, a black woman, or whatever your background is? Is are you telling a story that you are proud to tell and that is true to your upbringing? And I'm from Chicago. I'm from the South Side of Chicago, and so I know girls like the baby mama. You know what I mean? I grew up around that. I have family members that are like that girl. You know what I mean? And it's real to my life. So I'm telling
Mm.
stories that are either true to my life or just a story that I feel like should be told.
Yeah, Michael Rainey. I think he became the super villain, and I think in
Mhm.
this new series we're going to see him become the superhero. So go from super villain to superhero. Like so, it's not one dimensional. I think that's going to be amazing.
That
Um,
would be a nice character
and
arc.
also, y'all do different. You do right. You do a lot of relationship type of things too. So there's a mix of different life experiences, and y'all put the funny on it, y'all put the serious on it, y'all put like a little tidbit of a lesson in there, like the relatable, like it's a myriad of ways to approach a particular thing. So I'm just looking at it. So I think my question now in that lane is, who are some of the people that you work with that kind of inspire you, that make you step your game up, on set, and that on-set chemistry that you have with.
I honestly feel like I learned something from all of my peers because we've been growing in this world together. I was very new to it. I started, I want to say, 2016 in the sketch world. And Jahan Jones and Cornell were the first two people I had ever worked with. They kind of introduced me to the ins and outs and studying how they would develop their story, how they would film it. We all used to shoot on our phones back in the day before we had our fancy cameras and our lighting setups and stuff like that. So, they made all that magic happen and they would brink like 2, 3 million, 4 or 5 million on these sites on social media, and then world stars posting them baller alert just from their simple cell phone. And I learned that you can literally infiltrate and influence the world just from your phone. It's really crazy. And from there, they've all graduated now. Cornell has a red camera. Jahan, he has a whole production team from producers to writers now, and they're writing full scripts. So I'm constantly learning from my peers, whether it's them that I started with, or my friends Paige Ephraim Jealous. I love working with other women and guys as well equally because I feel like it's a different energy that you get from female actors or male actors, and it's really fun. We help each other write scripts, we help each other shoot our content. It's just a lot to learn on the technical side of it, editing and things like that, and on the funny, like the comedy. Sometimes my friends, they're born funny. They're just naturally and organically funny. And with me, I'm a little silly, but I like to write my scripts. I do like to have my punchlines and everything just sort of perfect so that when we get on set, it's a fluid shot. There's no mishaps. And if we want to improv and have fun a little bit, we can. But I love to pre-plan the entire set out so that there's structure in the storyline and we don't forget anything too, because you can forget shots and that's a whole nother a whole nother thing.
Okay, so I know you had some challenges recently um, with your family. So how have you been able to kind of balance expectations of, demands and timelines and suspenses, and keep that focus and that love and attention on that strong family that you come from?
My mother is not only the reason that I am able to chase my dreams full time, but she is my best friend. She is so sound of mind and body and spirit that I know that when I speak, she resonates through me. She raised me into this woman that I am today. And being there for my family this last month, we've been in the ICU with my mom. And being there for my family, it's been very um, overwhelming. It's been just this deep spiritual journey that I've been on. And it's been tough to worry about the foundation of all of the workload that I've had up to now and building that and growing in that space while still focusing on what's important. My family is number one. Knowing that they're okay, knowing that they're safe, and knowing that they are right. I'm doing all of this for them. So being with them, it's been so tough. We've been praying every day. We kept positive energy around her, positive spirits. We constantly put out positive affirmations. Um, it's what I feel like everyone needs right now. And then the social climate on top of what my family is going through is also, it affects that situation as well. There are COVID restrictions in hospitals, limited time in which we can actually sit and be with her. So while we're trying to get together and be there for each other, we have all of these other obstacles and factors that are, affecting us as well. So it's been tough, but God is definitely seeing us through. She is healing up. She's still stable and she's doing amazing progress so far. So I'm looking forward to her waking up and just dealing with whatever challenges that may come. She's been my rock, and it's time for me to be her. So um, that's where I am with everything right now.
I had some connection issues. Um, my sincere love and you know healing energy to you and your family, staying strong through these tumultuous times with so much going on in the world. You never know what someone's going through, and especially in your particular line of work, you provide um, relief therapeutically on screen to regular people across the world, who are going through tough times every day. So, we're here for you like y'all here for us. You know what I'm saying? So, um, the support and the love is real for you and your family, for your mom and everything. I don't think I could say that enough. Um,
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
we all we got. So I wanted to ask you about travel really quickly. Um, I know you didn't travel some places. You like an ambassador of love and hope and vision and motivation and stuff like that. So, um, what was traveling like for you to the places that you've been, and what are some of your takeaways from world travel and performing live and receiving that love from people who may not even speak the English language and stuff like that? What was those experiences like for you?
I feel like those are separate feelings. So traveling in and of itself is a joy of mine. It's when people ask like, "What are your favorite things to do outside of work?" Traveling is definitely on the top of my list because I love learning about new cultures, new languages, different experiences, and just seeing the things that these people are able to see on a daily basis. You know, people who live in Paris, they get to look at these beautiful monuments and structures and cathedrals every day, and going to Egypt and seeing the pyramids in person, like touching these foundational, beautiful structures that are still standing today. We don't even have very much of Egyptian culture left, but just being able to put my hands on it and just feel God through these spaces, and it's incredible. There is nothing like being overseas and just really experiencing life. Like, regardless of people being on their phones and, hey, I'm in this country, I think unplugging and really being in the space and being present in these foreign places and, you know, feeling God, feeling the spirit in that space is so beautiful and it's so incredible. So that's its own thing. I'm obsessed with travel and food too. Like, Italian food is incredible. You have to try it if you have never been to Italy. But I think on the other side of that, which is performing overseas, it's really interesting how much people are obsessed with American music and American like culture. When you are coming overseas and you're performing, they are expecting you from the US to be top notch, top of the line, really bringing your A game. And it's amazing to see how much respect we as Americans have on the forefront of music and performance art is really incredible. And I love performing. I think the love is unlimited overseas. There isn't any hate or there isn't any restrictions of how much love is given. I think they really celebrate American culture, American music, and American art a lot.
Yeah, that's definitely amazing, right there. So, what do you want people to take away from you, your life work, your legacy? What's something that you want people to be able to latch on to, even in your transition? Because we all transition from the physical world. What do you want to
I I really feel like my takeaway is to be yourself. Um, I really, I really want all of the people who follow me, all of the people who tune in and stay tapped in with my art to know that it is the ultimate win to be yourself and to constantly put yourself out there in your purest, most rawest form, however you decide to do that. I think I've only been able to accomplish the things that I've accomplished by being myself. And even though I'm still growing in this space and in my life, I think being true to myself and putting that form of me out there is what is the reason that I receive the love that I receive. So, staying true to yourself, number one. And number two, never being afraid of that perpetual growth that is necessary in life.
I
Is
love it. So
that?
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
So can we look forward to some kind of
I didn't hear that last part. What was that last part? Hello?
yeah, I was saying, could we look forward to some kind of book or, you know, mini doc or something like that, biopic that'll tell your story in your own words?
I would love to do something like that, but I feel like I have to like reach a few more peaks. You know what I mean? I gotta do a few more monumental things on legendary status first. And then we can go ahead into the documentary biopic. Not to say that so far what the journey has been hasn't been a lot, it's been a lot going on. But I just think that I have a few more things to accomplish first. And then I'm down.
Yeah, I was saying, could we look forward to like a book or mini doc, mini documentary or something that tells your story in your own words,
Yes,
biopic,
I
something like that.
feel like once I reach a few more peaks and pinnacles in life, I'm definitely down to do that. Not to say that there hasn't been an amazing story to tell so far. There definitely has a lot's been going on. But I think that once I reach legendary status and I do a few more like legendary things, then I'm like so down for that. And I definitely want to be the director and producer of it. So.
I don't know what else you got on your list for legendary, but you got that. You are that. Okay, so we clapping that up. Okay, we are clapping that up.
Thank
All
you.
right. So closing remarks, shout outs, acknowledgments, anything you want to plug, put people's attention to, anything that you got coming up that you could kind of leak to us, whatever it is that you want to share.
Well, I definitely have way more content coming out. I've taken a month off to be with my family and my mom, but I am back and I'm working harder than ever. So you can stay tuned to a bunch of new content. I can't even tell you exactly what because I want you to be surprised. So my YouTube, Ayona the artist, my music, if you haven't had a chance to listen to it, Ayona the artist. Check it out. Let me know what you think. I see every comment, every DM, every message that people send me. So let me know what you think about it. And thank you so much, Knowledge One Allah, for having me on your show. Congratulations on all of your new episodes and the amazing year that you're gonna have for the rest of the year.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much for being a birthday gift and an anniversary celebration gift and just the gift that you give life as the artist, the entrepreneur, the many facets of talents and skills that you bring in the array in the grace in which you do it. So don't be a stranger over here. This is your home. Okay. So if you in your feelings, you like, you know what, Knowledge, I'm in my feelings. I need to talk to somebody. You could come talk over here. You understand what I'm saying? You can
Okay,
come
I
talk over here. This is your home. All right.
thank you for inviting me. I really am grateful.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. Get you some of that California sunshine.
Thank you. I hope you have a great rest of the evening because I know it's late over there in the East Coast already. So enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll tap in with you guys soon.
I'm partying. I'm gonna be partying until Monday morning. So I'm good.
Okay. Well, be safe and have fun.
All right.
Okay.
That's Ayona the artist. Make sure y'all go support. And I'm gonna play a song or two from her, so just y'all could get a feel. Available on all streaming platforms. So let me just do that now.
To me. And the way you turn me off is like a current running through me. But I damn sure don't want you back. You gon' stay my ex. And I guess I just really just miss the sex. I really miss the sex. Baby, you're the best. No, I don't miss the arguments, and I really don't miss the fights. But I miss the way we make up every night. All night, boy, you know just how to make it right. You know how to do me. Boy, you turn me on, it's like a current running through me. Damn sure don't want you back, you gon' stay my ex. But I guess I just really just miss the sex. Really miss the sex. I just miss the sex. 'Cause baby, you're the best. Don't miss the way you used to look me dead in my eyes. Every time you lied, every other night. Don't miss the way I felt, don't miss the way I cried. Don't miss the way you played with my mind. The way you touch me, miss how you know my body. And the way you used to work me like you jumped in your hot babe. And even after all that you put me through, I guess I still miss you. Just miss the sex, 'cause baby you're the best. Hey. I really need your sex. I really want your sex. 'Cause baby you're the best. I see I got your full attention, baby, baby, you ain't taking your eyes off of me. So naughty boy, this here's detention, but there ain't no touching, boy, tonight I'm just a tease. The worst way, I'm gonna make you feel it, feel it. And I know, baby, you love how I kill it, so just keep watching, ain't seen nothing yet. You're tuned into the best, got you under arrest. Tonight I'll be a private dancer. It's gonna be a private dance. Tonight I'll be a You're gonna be my private man. Keep it like it's private dance. It's private dance. It's private dance. It's private dance. I can tell by your body language you're trying to hold it back, but I already know what you're thinking, and I'm cool with that. 'Cause I know you wanna undress me, yeah, but you gotta play it right, boy. Let me take my time. The worst way, I'm gonna make you feel it, and I know, baby, how I kill it. So just keep watching, boy, 'cause you ain't seen nothing yet. You're tuned into the best, got you under arrest. Tonight I'll be a private dancer. It's gonna be a private dance. Tonight I'll be a private dancer. You're gonna be my private man. Keep it like it's private dance. It's private dance. It's private dance. It's private dance.